Cafe. My name is Belinda Doveston, and it is wonderful that you are here with me for our first full weekly forecast for November 2025, for the week commencing the 3rd of November 2025. Last week we had lots of changing lines, lots of energy as the I Ching was turning over in rapid succession. We had 4 changing lines for Hexagram 26, Taming Power of the Great, an intensification of focus, learning how to focus the breath, not act, okay, rather bring in the energy, bring it in, focus our force like the Kung Fu master, okay, bring in the chi and allow our movements to be focused and purposeful and precise, okay. The urge was there this past week to just explode our energy all over the place, and we were told, no, focus, pull back, you'll know when it's time. Okay, 4 changing lines, lots to do. If you manage to do that and restrain yourself and be calm and focused, you probably would realize where you would have taken a misstep in the week. I know certainly there's an area where I made some assumptions about something, and instead of reacting, I knew that I would react if I let myself. I thought, let me gather the data, and once you have all the data, then we can act. And then the data came in and the picture was different. And if I had acted out of what I wanted to do right at the beginning of the week, I would have been in a lot of trouble. Okay, so we think about, where is it, this energy of focusing, drawing in the breath, drawing in our energy, not reacting and overreacting and spraying our energy all over the place, being really focused and powerful was really important. Plus Hexagram 62, attention to detail. We were chickens, all right, picking up the little things, paying attention to the detail, realizing where those details are really important. Perhaps you took care of the details and you thought, oh my goodness, if I didn't do this, if I didn't really knuckle down into this and pay attention, I would have been in big trouble. Or you didn't and the results came to you. So if anything came up from last week's overview that was evidential, interesting for your life, please do share a comment. Right, into this week's energy, completely different because there's only one changing line. Our first hexagram we are working with this week is hexagram 37, the family. This hexagram could be called the household, the people who live together, our clan, our home. Okay, so it can be about your home, your core family, your work family, your extended family, anyone that you call family, the family unit. Okay. And how we make sure that there's harmony in the home. Okay, so perhaps this week our attention is being drawn to our responsibility in the home, in the clan, in the household. What do we need to take care of? Where are there issues? Where are there people who are going off and doing their own thing, not doing their responsibilities for the family, which can be a part of that? Where do people act as if they have power in the family they don't have outside their station? Okay. The I Ching as a system, as an ancient tool, is quite hierarchical. Mother and father, okay, in order, okay. Then there's the hierarchy of the boys, and then there's the girls. Okay, so we don't take that and get worked up about it. No, we see it as a story, an allegory, that in any hierarchy, in any family, in any structure, there isn't democracy in a family. There's a mother and a father and their children, okay? And there's a reporting line, okay? Whether it's a team, whether it's a family unit, there's a reporting line, there's roles and responsibilities, okay? And maintaining that is really important this week. Now, as we work with our changing line, we have a changing line in the first position, and that's the line that's just new, okay? It's something new that's come up, right? It's the bottom, it's the line that comes in the bottom. And what's coming in is something that needs to be addressed while it's early. We need to nip something in the bud. So in the midst of the family, and the family being a power resource for you this week, okay, working with the family as a way of connecting, of finding your space. You know, it's not just about problems in the family, it's also about leveraging the family. Perhaps you need to go home and just have your family cook you a meal, or participate in making a meal with your family. Perhaps it's about connecting with the family. That's what's important. But this changing line is speaking to something specific in amongst all of that. Where there's an issue, we need to nip it in the bud. Okay, there's something here we need to resolve before it becomes too big an issue. Remember, it's just bloop, popped up. Perhaps that is a misunderstanding, perhaps that's a role clarification, perhaps it's a conversation that needs to take place that is it being avoided. What is the thing that is in its infancy that's sitting there that needs to be dealt with? What is it within your teams and your workplaces where there's this thing that you just know there's this thing, you've got a feeling, and you're just going to see how it's going to play out. Don't let it play out. Deal with it this week. And if we don't know what it is, it's going to find us. Okay, whatever this issue, it's going to come up and something will trigger in your brain and you'll go, I Ching. Okay, nip it in the bud, family issue. Okay, you'll hear my voice and think, oh, I must nip it in the bud. Okay, so we pay attention and we let the week guide us and inspire us of when that thing pops up. Okay, nip it in the bud while it's still early. Okay, that gives us a second hexagram. And that's hexagram 53, development. Okay, this is the slow growth of the tree on the hill, right? And can you see the structure through the trigrams? The tree on the hill, okay, the long-term development, the hill and the tree sending down its roots, right? The longevity of the tree, the seasons and the cycles as the bark expands, okay, as the trunk tells the story of its yearly cycle. It's a long-term development, a marriage, or a good marriage that goes the distance, right? And so part of this week, part of this process is that this family energy couples with the long-term development, right? The long-term commitment of showing up every day. You know, the small things, the small habits, the atomic habits that we do every day, that we build up power, okay, incremental power because we keep showing up every day. And that long-term development creates miracles down the road, absolute miracles. So we work with this week in tuning into the family, tuning into the gifts the family brings us, the safe space it brings us, the healing and the comfort and people who really know us and understand us, plus all the issues that families bring us. It's okay. We all have issues in our families. But particularly this week, a thing that needs to be dealt with, whether it's the work family, home family, all of the families above, nip it in the bud while it's still young. Okay, don't let it take its course. And the development that we could do this week in understanding how important it is to keep on showing up every day, the long-term journey rather than the short sprint. Thank you so much for being here with me this episode. I look forward to seeing how it pans out for you, how the I Ching greets your life. And so if this was valuable, please a thumbs up, a like would be great. Hit the subscribe button or the bell or the follow button, you know what to do. And I'll see you soon for our next weekly forecast. Until then, thank you for being here with me and have a great week.